from our officials in China who have done an excellent job, led by the ambassador in Beijing and his staff, and our acting consul general in Guangdong and consul general in Shanghai. The message I'm getting is that they're now on top of the situation, that the Chinese government and our officials there are working closely together. Of course, it didn't help either that one of the Nigerians who was asked to be confined and taken to hospital, shown to be positive, or rather, refused to be tested. Got into the hospital, having been positive, and then wanted to leave after a week. And they tried to restrain him, and he bit the nurse, the lady nurse, and assaulted the nurse. Of course, this did not help the situation either. So we are on top of the situation. I have to express our profound gratitude to the ambassador of China here in Nigeria. He acted immediately and reached the most important elements in the Chinese government hierarchy. The reaction of the government has been very, very quick, and so they're now working together as a team. It's unfortunate that the government in Guangdong did not reach out early enough to our authorities, consulates in Guangdong and Shanghai and Beijing. But now that communication has been established, and they're now working together as a team, communicating and letting everybody know that these measures are to assure the safety of the Nigerians as well as everybody in China, and in particular in Guangdong province, where this outbreak originated from. So this is the situation, but of course, in the world today, we are all hostages to the social media, and all kinds of narratives will always be pushed by whoever, for whatever reason. This is why I have preferred to deal with this matter in a systematic way. First of all, with our ambassador here, being in touch with our ambassador in China, our consulate in Guangdong, and in Shanghai, and also engaging with individual Nigerians who have been reaching me through social media as well, but making sure that we address the situation in a holistic way and in a systematic way, and that the results would be a positive one and a win-win for us all. And in this context also, I think it's important for us also as a country and as a people to be very measured and also very objective in the way we deal with these kinds of issues. We have a big Chinese company here, CCECC, that has been doing very good work and a lot of business here. And they have sent to us very, very sophisticated equipment, some super ventilators that we don't even have at all in Nigeria, And the reaction has not always been positive. Where there should have been gratitude, there have been some other reactions, inappropriate reactions, I might say. But these are the Minister of Health said he was astonished at the nature, the quality of the equipment that was delivered to us as a country, and with technicians to come and also show us how to use them, equipment that we don't even have in the country at all, and we have to be grateful, and that's a real act of charity, solidarity, and kindness that we have to should appreciate. And of course, the Chinese entrepreneur Jack Ma. We started off this pandemic with only about 5,000 testing kits. And we know, and you have heard, that this is the most important aspect in the fight of the pandemic. It's testing, testing, and testing, and then contact tracing of all those who have been in touch with, or contact with anybody that has been tested, shown symptoms, or tested positive. And, Jack Ma, with the support of the Chinese government, provided us with 20,000 kits right at the very beginning that enabled us to really hit the ground running in facing down this huge pandemic and a huge scare. So I think we have to be very rational and very balanced and in our assessment, and I'm happy to say that we have reestablished and stabilized the situation together with the Chinese government in China. And in fact, this morning, our Consul General in Shanghai sent me a video of the packages that were being given to all the isolated Nigerians in Guangzhou. Very extensive, very, with a lot of goodies inside, showing this goodwill and showing this, this brotherhood and determination to come together and fight this scourge. So this is what I have to say today. The Chinese ambassador, we had a meeting before coming out for this press briefing, and he's given me an extensive briefing also from the Chinese government perspective, and really nothing has changed on their side. It is the same brotherhood that for them has always existed between our two countries, that they will do everything possible and in their powers to maintain going forward. So thank you very much.
Partners, we are good friends. There is nothing changed about that. Third, Guangzhou is fighting for the virus. Not any Nigerians, not any Africans, not any foreign nationals, not any Chinese. They are fighting the virus. Why some Nigerian friends at the earliest days feel selected? As the minister of the word, he rightly chose it, selected. Let me put it this way. I welcome the extension of the lockdown in FCT. I will not complain about it. Why? The government of Nigeria is protecting me as a resident of Abuja, of FCT. Why the government select FCT, Lagos, Ogun? Is the government of Nigeria discriminating against FCT? I don't think so. The same logic goes in Guangzhou. Since February 17th, the policy to fighting the disease in Guangzhou has been evolving. And I should say, until yesterday, it has changed 10 times. Why? You have to be precisely attack the virus. So you need some policy change. And on March 21st, the first imported connected case was reported in Guangzhou. That is a very serious thing. And I should say, since February, if there is any country targeted, the first was an Asian country. I'm not going to name its name, but a good friend of China also, because at that time, the situation in that country was terrible. So the first target country was a Northeast Asian country. And then, why recently, our Nigerian brothers and sisters felt it. And maybe why we were selected, it is because, according to the statistics, the African friends are very vulnerable group in the fight against the disease. The city have to protect them. Let me give you some numbers. You know 56 for FCT and more than that for Lagos. Let me give you some numbers. Until yesterday, all imported cases in Guangzhou were 119. Among those 119, the majority of them were Chinese. Foreign nationals, 26. Among those 26, from Africa, 19. Among those 19, from Nigeria, 9. That is the case. And until as of yesterday, they reported asymptomatic patients, 60. From Africa, 57. And foreign imported case related local reporting cases, 14. That means the patient was a close contact of an imported case. Among those 14 related cases, China, 7. Foreign nationals, 7. Africans, 7. That means all the foreign nationals are from Africa. Among those 7, Nigeria, 6. We have to protect all the Nigerians for their health, because according to the statistics, they are most vulnerable. So that is the logic. The city is trying to test everyone for the security, for the safety, health of themselves and others. And that is my understanding about the logic. Why FCT? Why Lagos? The government is protecting me well. The government is not discriminating me as a resident here. But I should say, as the minister rightly pointed out, during this process, poor communication, or some incidents, or some isolated cases, it might happen, and it happened. So, after the timely intervention of the minister, of the government, Beijing took it very, very seriously. And during the past days, I think the coordination between Beijing and Guangzhou has been strengthened remarkably. So the effective communication mechanism between the Consulate General and the Guangzhou Authority has been set up. And the task force to take care of the patients or to sort out the difficulties for some not easy to find accommodation or financial problems, it was there. And the authority made it very clear, zero tolerance for discrimination. Any resident, no matter which country you're from, Chinese or foreign nationals, you cannot do or say in that way. So generally, I think, with joint efforts, the Chinese authorities from Beijing and Guangzhou and with your embassy in Beijing and consulate in general, I believe the legitimate concerns has been addressed and will get addressed in a smooth way. Take the quarantine. And let me show you another number.
Around the world provide us and making that available to the rest of the world. And we've seen solidarity.
Bravo.